yogis, what up? How we doing? Welcome to Yin. It's a little bit dark, but what I realized is you don't really need to see the poses. You can just listen. So a lot of times Yin, I recommend that your eyes are closed down anyway. It's a really quiet, reflective practice. So if I'm a little dark on the screen, I apologize, but it's much better for the nervous system. As the sun is starting to set, is usually when we do yin, if not after, the sun is already set. Because it's a relaxing practice and you want to take it down. So let's begin. If you have a yoga bolster or if you don't, just grab a pillow from your couch or a couple pillows from your bed. And if you have a blanket, that would be great. I'm sitting on a blanket right now. And if you have yoga blocks, get those as well. And if you don't have anything, that's okay. You can still do the practice. So, welcome to Yin. It's a wild time. It's very windy up here in Jerome right now. And in the world, politically, all of the things going on, it's like there's a lot of winds, right? So tomorrow's the full moon, and it's in Leo, so it's a big lion moon. It can be pretty intense, so we're gonna do some yin to relax the body and help to open the channels. So we're just gonna start with legs wide. We're gonna take our hands, flat palms, and we're going to press down the outside, the lateral side of the leg till you get to the foot, and then up the inner meridian. Up and over at the pelvis, and then pushing down and rising up. So go slow, let the hands be flat and open. So as you press down, exhale. And as you slide the hands up, inhale. So we want the breath to be long, so the movement's going to mimic the breath. Go really slowly. All the breath out, up the inner meridian, and breath in. Good. Couple more. Exhale. Inhale. Should feel nice. Exhale. Inhale. Do two more, just pressing any stagnation down and out of the feet, and then pulling chi and energy up. Good. Last one, push down. And sliding up. Bring those legs into cross leg. Turn the palms up to the sky and take 3 breaths, pulling energy in. And as you exhale, ground. Two more, breathing in energy. Pressing out stagnation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the right hand down, lean to the right, left arm stretches over. Take your gaze to the ground, just towards that right thumb. Really reach to that left side. And then inhale, bring it up. Left hand comes down to the ground. Right arm reaches long. So once we get into that full extension, bring your gaze to the left thumb so you're looking down at the ground. Good. Bring it back to center, hands to the knees. Inhale, lift the chest, heart, and chin. Exhale, round the back, push the spine behind you. So close your eyes and picture your spine. Inhale, reaching forward like a cobra. Exhale, round. And your head can move. So as you inhale, extend the gaze and the chin up to the sky. And as you exhale, press your chin down into your chest, thyroid, thymus gland. Inhale, open. Do a couple more. Go with the breath. Good. 2 more. We're just moving energy through the spine before we completely settle into relaxation. 2 more. Open up. We're in cow, and then we're in cat. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Good. Taking it back to center. Re-extend the legs nice and wide. Take your support, either your pillow or your bolster or your blocks, whatever you have, and bring it right outside of the right leg. That right elbow is going to come down to the bolster and support your head. So the right hand is holding the right side of your skull. You want all the weight to rest there. Let your feet relax. Turn your feet off. Good. As you inhale, start to lift. Left arm up over the head, bending at the elbow, and the left fingers just rest behind the skull. So we have this opening. Lateral left side is open. The kidney, adrenal gland, and the inner meridian of the legs. So your legs are as wide as they'll go, but the feet are relaxed. So it's not like a regular yang yoga practice where we keep those feet turned on. Try to soften and just breathe. Really come into soft body. Become the witness of what is showing up in your body. Where sensation is, maybe there's an illumination of noticing what you feel. Relax your jaw. Let those exhales be long and yummy. Notice if you're holding in the shoulders or in the throat or the pelvis, and try to relax more. Do your best not to fidget. Do your best not to continually adjust. Just see if you can stay and breathe with that nice rhythmic breath. If the left arm is still up, slowly release it so that it just melts in front of the body. I invite you to move really slowly as we come up. We'll take a break by bringing the feet together, Baddha Konasana, and sliding them a little ways from the body. So the feet remain connected, knees are like a diamond shape. Exhale to fold forward. Let the elbows rest on the legs. So maybe depending on the shape of your body, your elbows rest closer to your knees or along the shins, and try to soften the spine, allowing for a full letting go. Always allow for sound to be released in yin. So we're not holding anything in. We want to make sure to let the sound move out of us, and we make space by releasing extra breath and sound. Feel the body relaxing and just letting the mind reflect whatever shows up. You can check in with what it is and then simply let it go. Try not to overanalyze. Just feel the body, feel the exhale. Moving slowly, start to come up. Keep the legs as they are for a moment. Let the left ear rest towards left shoulder. Head comes back to neutral. Right ear to right shoulder. Just bowing the head, softening the neck. Bring the head back to center. Turn to look to the left. Look as far as you can. And then turn to look to the right, looking as far as you can. And bring it back to center. We're just going to move the head in a figure 8. So if you had a paintbrush coming out of the crown of your head, see if you can paint a figure 8 on that dark night sky before the full moon rises. Just doing this big figure 8. Really picture the top of the head like a little paintbrush or a little marker coming up out of the head as we do figure 8s in one direction. Good. Switch directions. It takes a little bit of thought to get the head moving in that way. Good. Breathe. Feel the crown of the head working in figure 8s. 2 more. Maybe getting little adjustments in that cervical spine. Ooh, I definitely did. Take the head back to center. Bring those legs back to extension and take your pillow over to the left side. So outside of that left leg, close enough to the body that that left elbow can rest there. And the elbow is bent The left hand is a kickstand or a cradle for your cranium. And once you lean to the left, turn your feet off. And you have option to just let your right arm hang. I prefer to sweep it up and bend it at the elbow, bringing those right fingertips behind the skull. So this opens that whole right meridian all the way up to the elbow. If the arm is down, that's okay too. You still get the benefits. If you can find that position, turn off your feet and just drop in. Feeling the right side open. So from the right toes to the waist, up the side of the body, all the way to the right elbow. Breathe into that line. Big kidney line, clearing the waters of the body. Couple breaths. Do your best to settle and let the breath get really long, especially on that exhale. So when you exhale, if you feel tension in the kidneys or the liver, you can let the mouth open and just exhale through open mouth. Try to relax the legs. Couple more deep breaths. Release the right arm so that it calms down to the ground and move super slowly to come up. Just feeling the stretch in the body, noticing the temperature change. Beautiful. Start to move towards a child's pose with the support. So take your blanket and let it be a little bit wide and open for your knees. Let your pillow or your bolster come close to your abdomen so that when you lower down into child's pose, the earth is coming up to meet you. And the knees can be as wide as they like. Allow the big toes to touch and just melt down. Head turns to one direction. Shoulders relax. And the breathing slows down even more. Again, let the breath channel into the back of the body. We do a lot of front body breathing. We do a lot of looking to the future and looking ahead. So in yin, it's nice to look at the now and also look at the past, which is our back. Breathe into your back. Soften your arms and your shoulders and just really look to what is being illuminated in your body, sensation-wise, maybe little messages from your body. Listen deeply. Let gravity take your body and let the exhales be all the way empty. Turn the head to the opposite direction and hold on to child's pose, thinking a little deeper. We have 5 more breaths. Do your best to let your weight go. Really unhinge and unwind the body. Press into the palms, starting to come up towards the tabletop. Bring in cow pose, belly to the earth, spine to the sky. Couple rounds, really feel this big oscillation, reaching navel to the earth, and then pulling navel to the spine. 2 more, opening and closing, pressing chi, prana energy through the spinal column. Tuck your toes under, come to seated on the heels. And in this posture, the toes are in complete flexion. Hands are going to press down the quads and up the lateral side. So down and up. Do some deep pressure with the heels of your hands moving down towards the knees and out and around. Down and out and around. A couple circles with the palms. So we're just pressing down the quads. When you get to the knees, come up. Do 3 more. Deep breaths for that lung meridian in your feet. Good. 1 more. Nice. Slowly come down. Slide the bolster forward. Bring your right knee forward. Bring it towards a pigeon pose. So the right knee is behind the right wrist. And that right shin comes parallel to the top of the mat. As we lower down, you can use your support for your head or your whole body if you need to. You will feel a deep stretch in that right leg, right hip. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. So really breathe. Try to relax your right leg. The left leg is long behind you. And if that's uncomfortable, bring that left leg out to the side so you're more of in a stag pose. The goal is to really just let the right hip, knee, and ankle open. So pigeon is very good for all of those deep muscles of the hips and the right quad. So sink into sensation. This one is very obvious in how it feels. And just breathe, watching your inner winds, noticing any emotions that come, and easily letting them go. Relax your deep belly and your jaw. Avoid that sensation of wanting to get out. So sometimes we hold these poses and we think, okay, when are we done? This is intense. I'm definitely feeling the intensity of my right hip, right leg, of this time where we just maybe want to run. It's so intense. What do we do? See if we can just breathe. Breathe through it. Ground down into the earth. Five more breaths. Take two more breaths. Emphasis on your exhale. Holding the breath out for 3 seconds before you inhale. Good. Slowly coming up. To come out, we're just going to let the right bum come to the ground and swing both legs out in front so that the feet are on the mat as wide as the mat. And then we're going to let the right knee, both knees fall to the right, like windshield wiper. Let the knees fall to the left. Move slow as that right leg is definitely readjusting. So go right to left, just windshield wipering the knees. Your hands are behind you for support so that you can just move the legs freely. Two more breaths. You're doing a great job. Sorry if you can't see me, but this is a really good practice to just drop into what I say. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see shit anyway. Okay, take it back to center. Bring that left knee forward for the pigeon pose, and then the right leg swings around to the back. So that left knee is now where your left wrist is if you were in tabletop, and the right leg is behind you. We slowly lower down. Make sure you feel supported because I don't want you to be struggling. I want you to be supported in the posture. The upper body should be able to relax so the left hip can also relax. And find a comfortable pose. Start to breathe and breathe into the left hip. Take notes. The two sides may feel extremely different. This side is way looser for me, so it feels a lot more easeful as I drop in. But we don't know. We just began. So do your breath to soften the shoulders, soften the arms. We're not reaching for anything. We're settling into this asana. Let the breath channel into the left leg. Long, deep breathing. Soft belly, soft left knee, left ankle. Relax, let go. Soft shoulders, soft hands. Make sure you're not reaching for anything. Palms can even turn up to the sky to really just receive whatever's coming in, illumination. Soften that left leg for 5 more breaths. Good. Come up really slow. I feel like I could have stayed there forever. Almost fell asleep. So when you move out of these postures, move really slowly. Press up with your hands. Let your left bum come down, and we'll swing the legs back out in front. So the feet are on the mat, the knees are bent, and the knees are pointing to the sky. The hands are behind you. Let your knees fall to the left. Feet are as wide as your mat. Breathe as you shift the knees from right to left. Good. Couple more rounds. You can let the head lay back. Maybe it even goes opposite of the knee. Take a couple more. Free your jaw. Exhale with an ah sound. Inhale deeply. Exhale ah. 2 more. Inhale through center. Exhale ah. Last one. Ah. Good. Bring your legs back into cross leg. Just coming to seated for a moment. Bringing that right arm across the chest. Left hand grabs above the right elbow, so closer to your tricep, and pulls that arm. So feel a lot of space behind your right scapula. And if you need a little more neck, bring your gaze to the right. Breathe the breath into the right lung, right rib, right shoulder. Two more breaths. Release the arms. Take them both out at a T. Turn the palms up to the sky. Think about your palms pointing behind you. So we're really, really externally rotating the arms as much as we can. And then begin to internally rotate. The palms go to point towards the ground. And then they continue. Maybe the palms can point behind you. Maybe they can even point to the sky. Good. Open up, palms up, and maybe past. So you're just checking with that range of motion. Keep going. Breathe. Navel's pulled in. Spine is tall. We open that pericardium to the heart meridian. Two more. Twisting and opening. Twisting and opening. Left arm crosses across the chest. Right hand grabs above the elbow. So the right hand is physically pulling the left arm. And you should feel it on the left back shoulder blade, scapula. Breathe into there. The breath should create movement in your body. So the diaphragmatic muscle, the ribs, the lungs, all of the intercostal muscles, you should feel movement when you breathe. If you do not feel movement when you breathe, you need to breathe deeper. Take the gaze to the left so we get a little neck stretch as we hold and breathe into the left rhomboid. Let the breath infiltrate that whole left arm. Breathe with attention and focus. Slowly, head returns to center. Arms open back up. Bring them all the way behind you to interlace your fingers. Tuck those knuckles down towards the ground and lift the head, lift the chin. Keep trying to roll your shoulders back as if I was grabbing the front, the heads of your shoulders, and physically pulling them behind you and together. So you can do that with your intention. You can do that with your focus. We tell the body what to do, right? And it usually listens. The better we create that connection between mind and body, the easier it is for the body to do what the mind is requesting. Heal, open, receive, last breath. Squeeze those shoulders. Good. Head returns. Return the arms and just shake out the hands. Shake them a lot. Like you got hot mashed potatoes on your fingers and you got to shake them off. Shake them forward and back. Oh, two more breaths. Really shake. Breathe in, exhale. Last breath. Make some sound on the exhale. So breathe in deeply. Let your hands rest on your knees and just observe sensation. So you could feel tingling. Maybe a waking up of the cells, of the lines of energy. Notice what you feel. Beautiful. Come back to your knees and make sure that your knees are on a blanket. We're going to do frog pose. So frog pose starts out like child's pose. You can take your pillow in front of your torso and come into child's pose pretty much. Make sure you have support in front of your body. And then rise up from child's pose and slide your knees wide. And then bring your shins parallel to the sides of your mat. I'm turned sideways on my mat because my frog pose is wider than my mat. So if your frog pose is wide, turn sideways on the mat so that your knees are on a blanket and your shins are running parallel. So the legs are in 90 degrees and the toes are pointing wide. So if you're like a little frog in the water. And then try to lower down. And the pose becomes the most intense when the hips are in line with the knees. If you need to soften or not take it so deep, you can lean forward, letting the pelvis come a little bit out of line with the knees. So you can picture a frog. Everyone's seen one, even if it's just in a drawing. Hopefully it rains soon and we can see some in real life. And I want you to breathe into the groin and breathe into the pelvis. Wow, the wind. You might hear the wind. It's howling like 10,000 wolves. Let your breath match the wind. Breathe deeply into your hips, into your pelvis, and try to soften the upper body. This should feel good, especially if you can really relax into it. Follow your breath. Let the exhale open the body. We do not force. We do not push in yin. We relax and we surrender. We let go. The exhale takes us deeper. Take 5 more breaths. Do your best to surrender. Super slow. Press into hands so that you can bring your big toes to come back together for child's pose. That's how we come out. So we push into the hands, those big toes walk in, and then slowly Not very graceful, or as graceful as you can. Bring your knees all the way together and come to seated on your heels. Hero's pose or rock pose in Kundalini. Virasana. So sit for a moment and just observe. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders to the ears. And when you're ready to exhale, drop them. Let the arms be heavy. Inhale up. Squeeze a lot and then drop. Good. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale all the breath out. 3 more. Squeeze. Create tension. Squeeze scapula, shoulders to ears. Good. 2 more. Squeeze. And release. Squeeze. And release. Turn back to regular way on your mat. Knees will stay on the ground, so if you need that support, please use it. Turn your pillow onto its medium to highest level. And keep your hips right above your knees. Bring your arms to the bolster, forearms to the bolster, hands into prayer. So we're going to drop the head and the heart towards the ground for Anahata. So the tail is above the knees, and the belly and the heart and the head are dropping to the ground. A big, deep shoulder opener. 5 breaths. Think about the heart and the chest melting to the earth. Last 2 exhales, let them be good and deep. Release tension, overthinking. Slowly coming out. Roll that pillow, that bolster towards your body. Lay the abdomen and the widest part of your hips on the bolster. And then bring your chest and your head to the ground. So this is like a deep stomach massage, some compression for the organs. You can stack your hands and let your forehead rest there. You can also turn the head to one side. Best if the head and that chest plate, your sternum, are on the ground. Toenails are on the ground. Deep breathing. If you're pregnant, do not do this one. If you're pregnant, you can do child's pose instead. And if you have any abdominal pain and it's bearable, you want to just breathe into it. So you're sending breath into the places of sensation, just like the moon sends light, illumination. Keep breathing. Five more breaths. Slowly press up back to tabletop. Flip your bolster around so that it's running long ways. And then we'll turn over onto our bum. Let your back and your spine rest along the bolster, the pillow. And coming back, make sure your butt is on the ground. Feet come together, knees open. And the arms come overhead, interlacing fingers. If arms overhead is too much, you can take your arms out like a T and just let the arms relax. Or rest them at the sides of your body with the palms up. So we're going to be here for some long breaths. We open the back of the body. We really open the kidney line, the hips, the pericardium of the heart. This now opens solar plexus, digestion. Do your best to settle in and let the breath move you. Make sure that the breath is long and deep, not fast. Allow the abdomen to expand as you inhale. Really let the gravity take the legs and the arms and just keep breathing into the front body. If you feel any congestion in the lungs or the large intestines, as you exhale, you can make a little S sound, like 100 million S's in a line. So you inhale deep. And it doesn't have to be loud. You just inhale, fill the belly, the lungs. Couple more rounds. Inhaling fully. Do 3 more rounds if you can stay with that sound. 2. Release the arms, allowing those palms to come to touch the earth. Slowly straightening the legs. Give them a little wiggle, so just wiggle the legs right to left. Do a clearing breath into the nose, out through the mouth. Super slow, tuck your chin and come up, seated. Turn your pillow bolster horizontal and come to sit on it. And then once you arrive on it, make sure you have room behind you. Come to lay down so that the back of your heart is on the ground and the hips and the pelvis are elevated and supported by the bolster. Good. When you get there, knees come into the chest, rock the knees right to left. There's little straps on the top and the bottom of the bolster where your hands can slide in. And we're just bringing those knees right to left. Good. Go as wide and big as you like. Take just two more. Take your time, moving slowly. All the way back to center. Pressing the tailbone into that bolster, letting your legs float up to the sky. So you're pressing that tail and the weight of your bum down so that the feet can rise up. Arms just relax, bring in some rotation for the feet. So we're getting gravity to pull any stagnation from the feet and the ankles down through the knees, clearing the quads and the hamstrings to the pelvis, all the way back to the heart. Keep moving your feet. See if you can have minimal effort to keep the legs elevated. So you're really dropping the tail, the weight of your bum into the bolster. Keep moving, couple more breaths. The feet can get fatigued. We're channeling any old lactic acid back and out of the joint. Good. Bring the legs closer to the face, keeping them straight if possible. You can grab for your pants or your heels and just pull the legs towards the body. So almost like a plow, but we're keeping grounded. Three more breaths. Bring the soles of the feet together, grab for your feet, and pull the feet towards the chest. Knees go open. So this is like Baddha Konasana on our back. 3 breaths. Squeeze anything from the navel. Release the legs, sending them all the way down to the mat. Option to keep the knees bent or extend the legs. Opening frontal plane. Couple long breaths. Three more breaths, breathing in the winds of change, making space in our bodies. The legs are extended, bring them back into a bend, and just reach the navel up to the sky for bridge. Pushing that bolster down so that it's behind your knees now. And I invite you to stay here in this posture, in this Shavasana with supported knees as long as you can. So it's nighttime. Hopefully you've done all of your things you need to do today. And maybe you can just lay here until you feel the need to get up or the need to head to bed, or maybe you'll fall asleep here. So beautiful to allow yourself this space and time. If you have to continue and tend to something, you can come up slowly, but I recommend taking Shavasana. I'm going to do a little mantra and then I'm going to sign out. But if you can stay there in Shavasana, do. You'll be very blessed if you do. Om Bhurva Svaha Tatsavetur Varemiyam Bhargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yonam Prachodaya Om Bhurva Svaha Tatsavetur Varemiyam Bhargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yonam Prachodaya Om Bhurva Svaha Tatsavetur Varemiyam Bhargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yonam Prachodaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be with you. May you have a blessed rest tonight. Sweet, sweet dreams. And happy full moon tomorrow. May you stay calm amongst the winds. Namaste.